Hey, Tony Gaskins here. I got this question. I was doing the Instagram Q&A and I got this question two or three times. And it said, why don't men approach me? What I want you to understand about this, it has been said before that studies show that 70% of men are introverts. I don't know if that is 100% true, but I will say from a male perspective, it does take a lot of courage to approach a woman. Reason number one being men hate rejection, which I think is a human feeling. We all hate to be rejected. So it takes a lot of courage for a man to approach a woman. Now, the other thing I will say from a male perspective, which ladies, please stop arguing with me about a male perspective until you have been a man. A transvestite can tell me what it's like to be a man, but if you have not been a man, please stop arguing with me about male perspectives. Now, what this means is for a man being an introvert, even if he's an extrovert, but when you fear rejection, that means you have to muster up a lot of courage to approach a woman. Men are visual creatures. So the first thing that gives a man courage is when he sees a woman that he feels is gorgeous. If he feels that she is gorgeous, he gets a rush of adrenaline from his brain into his bloodstream. And then this man begins to kind of stalk in the sense of watch and study. So from there, when this man feels that this woman is very attractive, he doesn't know her personality. He doesn't know if she has children. He doesn't know if she's married. He doesn't know if she's in a committed relationship. So all this goes into play. So the next thing a man does is ask himself, does she look inviting? Does she look approachable? Now, how a man judges that is the colors you have on, the type of clothes you have on, and the jewelry you have on, the shoes you have on, your hairstyle. A man reads you from head to toe in 0.5 seconds. Most men may not even agree with this because most men won't be able to articulate everything that's going through their mind in this process. I was out there. I was a womanizer. I did a lot of approaching. I understand this perfectly and purely. So in my book, Mrs. Right, I talk about the different signs and signals that the things a woman wears sends to a man. So a man tries to read you. If you have a pleasant look on your face, if you're not on the phone, if you're not preoccupied, you're walking at a decent pace, and you have on, decent clothes that say that you took some time, even if it's a matching sweatsuit, windbreaker, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be decked out, but it just says you took some time getting dressed, you take pride in your appearance, and you're walking slow enough for him to catch you, for him to approach you. You're not preoccupied so he won't startle you. And he thinks you're attractive. That's the perfect setup and scenario for him to approach you. Anything off, it changes the chances. So it goes from 100% to 90 to 80 to 70 and so on. So if you're on your phone, you're preoccupied. So if you're single and you're ready, you should not be on your phone when you're out in public, at the grocery store, at the gas station, in the mall, when you are waiting and expecting to meet your husband. If you're on the phone, if you're walking with your head down and you're texting, if you have your headphones in, even if they're not on, even if you're not talking to anybody, you got your headset in, you got your AirPods or that headset that y'all wear, you're preoccupied. So what can happen is men have approached women like that, and she jumps, and she's like, whoa, what are you doing? Or she's on the phone, it's like, hold on right quick, let me, excuse you. And that has happened to men before, so he's like, look, I'm not doing that again. So You have to be in preparation, in anticipation, in expectation of meeting your husband if you want to be approached. A lot of women say, why hasn't a man approached me? Well, you walk 90 miles an hour. Well, every time you're out, you're on the phone with your sister or your mama or your best friend. So you're always preoccupied. Your head is not on a swivel. You don't have a pleasant look on your face. A lot of women have what, they call it that RBF. I don't curse, can't say the word, but your face is not resting in a pleasant way. So you mean mugging. You mean mugging. You don't have to cheese ear to ear, but if you're just out and you're just like, as you're walking past people and you're making eye contact, you're speaking, you are being a grateful human being who is out with their head up, smelling the roses, feeling good. You're speaking at men and women. You're making eye contact, saying hello. You're holding the door if you walk in and somebody's behind you. You are pleasant. You are not in a rush in life, and you are approachable. Now, the other thing comes down to also clothing. If you have on all black or just black and gray, and you dress as if you're in mourning or like brown, then it sends a different message. Now, if you have on yellow, if you have on purple, if you have on pink, fuchsia, teal, turquoise, what have you, it's more inviting. Blues and greens, it's more inviting to a man. Red is a color of confidence. So if you got a red lip or you got a bright red shirt, that sends a very strong message that says to a man, you might get your head chewed off, you might get your feelings hurt. This woman, she's blaring, she's confident with this red on. And so I know this all sounds, like, really, is it this much? But if you take the time to break it down and you study body language and you study the human behavior and human interactions, all this stuff matters. This is the same stuff that you study when you are going to a job interview. It's the same thing happens with being approachable and being unapproachable. When I was growing up, I was really, really quiet and shy, and I didn't want anyone to talk to me because I just didn't want to hold a conversation. So what I would do is I would walk like this. I would have my head down and I would have a frown on. And that was me subconsciously, or not subconsciously, I was telling everyone, don't speak to me, I don't want to talk. And so you might not be looking like that, but you're sending the same message when you're on your phone and you're speed walking, or you're texting and, and you aren't dressed inviting, like you got your trench coat on, you got your scarf on, and it's all black. You don't have any pop of color. You're just wearing black and brown and gray, and it doesn't look inviting. All of that goes into play. And so make sure that you are feeling ready, that you're feeling confident, that you are where you want to be. Because another part of this is confidence. It radiates. So if your hair isn't where you really want it to be, your eyebrows, your nails, your outfit, your goal weight, if anything is off, you feel that. And when you don't feel confident, you don't radiate and vibrate a signal that sends a man that says, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm healthy, I'm ready. And it'll show in your walk, it'll show in your eye contact, it'll show in your facial resting position, insecurity, all of that shows. It shows in how you dress. So all of that plays a part in a man approaching you or not. And it literally is a science. And from this video, somebody may go, try to write a book on it. If men sit down and really evaluate their feelings, they'll identify that everything I'm saying is the truth. What you're going to feel as a woman is, this is way too much. It should not be that complicated. But that's life. We're humans and things are complicated. But here's the secret. The secret is, if you focus on getting ready and being prepared, meaning that you work on you and you love you and you've done everything that you can do, then everything else falls into play without you having to think about it. So you will naturally be dressed the way you need to be dressed. You will walk at the pace you need to walk. Your facial expressions will say what they need to say when you are healthy, whole, healed, and confident. Everything you do will naturally radiate and send a message that says those things about you. When you are not there, the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you look, it says that. And so it sends a signal. 70% of communication is nonverbal. So it sends a signal to a man that says, I'm not truly ready. I'm asking for you to approach me, but truly I wouldn't know what to do with you if you did approach me. It says that to a man, and he reads that and he senses that without you opening your mouth. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. I know you don't want to hear all of the truth, but a lot of times, women, y'all ask a man a question, but y'all don't want to hear the real answer. You don't want to hear or accept or understand the complexity of the answer, and then you allow it to exhaust you, and it becomes daunting. But if you ask for the truth, I'm gonna give you the truth, even if it's not what you want to hear. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.